Meantime, we did reach out to a constitutional expert to explain what could happen next after yesterday's riots in the nation's capital. ABC Action News reporter Larissa Scott explains the possible legal ramifications ahead.
Experts say what happened yesterday in Washington, D.C. violated many laws, but they say it also violated something this country is based on, which is rule of law.
This goes directly to at least two different parts of what makes our country great. First of all, it's the election process for presidential election and what we've always said about the peaceful transfer of power, and it didn't happen this time. But it's also that we respect our representatives to fulfill their duty, which they were trying to do.
Michael McDaniel, a constitutional law professor and former Deputy Assistant Secretary for Homeland Security, says riots and unrest in D.C. violated an important congressional duty. The Electoral Count Act of 1887 established federal procedures of counting electoral votes by Congress after a presidential election. And since that was interrupted, McDaniel says officials will have to look into if it's worth prosecuting the people who were involved in violating federal laws yesterday. McDaniel says he believes what he saw were signs to stop the count of the electoral vote, and that's why people broke into the Capitol. McDaniel says what happened yesterday in D.C. legally comes closest to sedition, which relates to rebellion against established order.
It does specifically say in there, and it talks about conspiring to overthrow or destroy by force the government. That part doesn't apply, but it then goes on to say, talk about the prohibit activities. It says, and I quote, delay the execution of any law of the United States or by force seize, take, or possess any property of the United States. Now, those two sections, those two clauses, I think, of U.S. Code 2384, you could make an argument.
And coming up in our next half hour, we're looking into how we can all move forward from this together. Reporting from Tampa this morning, Larissa Scott, ABC Action News.